what's going on everyone? As you can see in today's video, yes that is right, I'm going to be creating the world's largest Minecraft pixel art that has ever existed. Well, I guess currently, because eventually it probably will be broken, but that's point aside, it is going to be at least a record for some point in time, which with that being said as well, the design is also going to be again very cool looking, and it's not just going to be like any regular other world record, it's going to be a bit different in terms of it's not just going to be a converted image, where people just convert an image, but they do place the blocks, but they convert the image, look at the blocks, and then they just copy the blocks from that app that they use, and then place it in Minecraft. Now the differences with my design is that it's actually going to be edited just like any regular design I've done on the channel. For example, this Zorro design, or this Tanjiro design, or even this Chainsaw Man design. It's just going to be exactly like any of those designs. My world record is actually going to be edited, and it's going to look nice and crisp and smooth, have a nice outline to it, and beautiful color choices. Well, I hope so for the colors. It's a bit hard with the world records because I don't really get to get a massive kind of test. Usually with the other designs, when they're horizontally up, I get to do a bit of a test with it. With it being on the ground and being so big, it's a bit difficult to test it, but I guarantee the colors will definitely look amazing, and I'm very excited again to build this design because it will truly look amazing. With that being said though, moving from that end of things, what is the actual theme of my world record design going to be? Well, that's a great question. As you probably already saw, you might be able to already guess the theme, because there is truly one thing I only love, and that is anime and Pokemon, which yes, this is going to be a world record design on a bunch of anime characters and Pokemon characters added into one gigantic design. To be specific with you, there is going to be 443 anime characters, which again, Pokemon is included in that number as well, but don't get me wrong, it's not like half the design is Pokemon, definitely not, because in terms of the actual titles I chose for this world record, I basically chose as many different titles as possible. In terms of, I didn't try to choose 40, Naruto characters, because don't get me wrong, I love Naruto, but I can't really choose 40 characters, even though I would love to. I tried to limit myself in terms of how many characters I would choose for one series, and tried to pick as many different characters from as many different series as possible. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I probably still had like around 2 pages in my notebook left of titles that I could have potentially added, and I probably could have added in another 2 more pages of anime titles that I felt like, okay, these aren't like maybe too much worth it compared to some of these other titles, and there might even have been some titles that I probably actually forgot about. But anyway, regardless of that being said, there is a lot of anime titles, there's a lot of anime characters, and this design is going to look epic because it's actually going to be designed as well, and I seriously cannot wait to finally build this design. Hence why I haven't uploaded, because I've been working on this design and it's still not even complete. In terms of the actual design's been all put together, but I haven't edited it all yet, and that's going to take ages. I've edited enough of it so I can actually finally start to build it. Regardless of that being said though, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about the design itself. I guess the last thing kind of I wanted to add on about the design is, I'm sure a lot of you might be wanting to see part of the design in terms of you might want to know who some of the characters are or some of the titles, but I will not be revealing any characters or any titles. Well, I will at least try to. Who knows, some of you might be trying to ask me deceiving questions in the chat when I do this entire thing live, and you might try and somehow make me accidentally reveal a certain character, but I'm going to try my best not to reveal any characters, and I'll be paying attention to some of those questions that people will be asking me. I will try to answer most questions as possible. It depends really how many people in the chat, which I doubt there will be a lot, but you never know, and if there is a lot, I'd have to try and pick out the good questions. And just obviously we'll be talking about stuff like anime, Pokemon, and just stuff in life. Anyway, you guys get out. That's pretty much everything about the design now I need to say, and the last thing I need to talk about is actually when I will be building the design in terms of where I will be building it live and when I will be building it live. Now I actually do plan to go live here on this channel at ObadLuckyHD on YouTube tomorrow. Now I'm hoping tomorrow, we'll have to see depending if anything comes up, but I should be fine. So tomorrow should be when I'll be going live, and for those that are wondering what time, I live in the UK and that's going to be probably around after lunchtime, as I do have to make my granddad food as he lives with us, so I do have to take care of him a bit. So with that being said, I will be going live around after lunchtime, so in between 1 to half 1 should be when I'll be going live. So that's pretty much everything about that and the things. Oh, I guess one last thing about being live. I know some of you won't be able to tune into the stream, obviously different time zones, work, blah blah blah. If you do though, well, I guess for those that can't tune into the stream, don't worry, because it will be uploaded as a VOD as well. So if you do want to, you know, watch the VOD, you can watch the VOD if you just want to see cool art being built, or if you want to actually have a go at building this design in your own world as well. And that's kind of the last thing I will be answering. If, for those that are wondering, will this be a tutorial? Now, this is not a tutorial, but don't get me wrong, it's not like you can't try and copy what I'm doing and build, because I will be saying all the pixels that I'm doing out loud. I won't be doing it really in a tutorial way though, in terms of I won't be going nice and slow for you, I'll be going quick, but I will be going over some I might not even go over because it's just too confusing. For example, it's like a lot of placing, 2 going up, 1 to the right, 2 going up. I might not explain those areas, but it doesn't mean you can't follow along. You can always pause, you can always play the stream just slowly. I know that's a bit annoying, but again, this is not meant to be a tutorial, but I'm not saying you can't follow along. But I just wanted to clarify that you can try and follow along if you want to try and follow along. I would be actually very happy for those that do want to follow along. I also did consider doing this in a full tutorial, but I decided that it's probably not worth it too much, because again, it really slows down the time of actually building it, as well as it really does a number on my voice. My voice goes very sore afterwards for doing like really long hour tutorials that I have experienced in the past. Anyway though, with that being said, that is everything I really needed to say in this video. So thank you for watching, and without further ado, I guess I will probably see hopefully some of you live tomorrow. So without further ado, peace out, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.